Hello there, everyone. Right now it's 5:01 on Saturday, March 20th, 2021. There's much news to speak of, but here's some big news today. This game released 1 year ago. I've been doing this job for so long now. But hey, here's to many more years to come. If Isabel won't say anything interesting, we'll do it ourselves. Yep. Anything good in the mail? Just a letter from Audie. It's you. Really, it's, really, really hard sometimes to tell someone how you feel face to face. So I decided to put my feelings in a letter, okay? Here it goes. I'm happy you're my friend. Oh, Audie. Yeah, let's head inside first. We'll come back later, but... Yep, as of today, as we sit here with our very special big boy birthday cake and our 3-sink kitchen, I should say today is the 1-year anniversary of Animal Crossing New Horizons coming out, and it is the 1-year anniversary of us playing this game. We have been playing Animal Crossing for a full year now. Every day for at least it's not always an hour a day. I think the shortest day we ever had was 20 minutes when the stream crashed. God, that was the day Steve got added to Minecraft or Smash Bros. Yeah, Steve and Alex got, and then the stream crashed on me. Good times. But I usually, I think our longest was 4 hours. But yeah, every day for the past year, I've played Animal Crossing New Horizons. And yeah, it's finally come. It's a special day, I guess. Now it's back to our normal routine. Remember when I was trying to take a picture every day? And then my plan was to go back and hey, look at all these old pictures we've taken. We might actually go back and see what ones I have. Oh gosh, yeah, I might go back and find those. There might be some other spoilers in there somewheres. We might do that later. But yeah, it's our 1-year anniversary. I did it, but we did it. Praise be unto Helix. Some things never change. I've played Animal Crossing for a full year. And many of you have been along for the ride. I know this is technically labeled as day 366, but as I've explained, the count's off by a day, and I'm not gonna go back and reset it at day 0. Nah, I'm not gonna worry about that. And besides, it's March 20th. March 20th was the date. We hit March 20th. Who cares if the actual counter says 366 or 365? We still hit it, March 20th. And we never missed a day, even if some days didn't get archived. Yo, 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 feeling psyched? Rock on. You should swing by sometime. I'm working on my new cotton candy recipe. Hey, what's that face for? How do you make a new... I know there's that one time Lindsay Jones put pickle and sushi and their hand into cotton candy. But I don't know how you make a new cotton candy recipe. Oh, hey, there's my fabulous bestie. Thanks for the letter. Don't you love being outside when the weather's like this? We need to have a picnic sometimes. You and your wife need to have a picnic. I don't want to third wheel it, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I see Marshall up there. We'll go talk to him later. But for now, same as we do every day, it's time to go around, collect some fossils. No fruit, maybe pumpkins. Whatever happens, happens. Yep, it's just some things never change. And Well, we talked about it in the review yesterday that I didn't actually do. The desk is still here from when we sat down and did the review yesterday. I'm glad the flowers bloomed. And, I'm glad I did the review last night. I know I wasn't planning on doing it originally. I was going to push it back. I planned on it, and then I said I wasn't going to do it. And I was like, you know what? No, we're going to actually do it. I'm glad I actually did it, because I had fun doing it. Hopefully it's not the last game I review. Hopefully there are many more in the future. Hopefully we get to play those games on stream. You know, it's day 365. It's been a year. Let's do it. Oops. Oh no. Oh no. We fell in a pitfall seed. How terrible. Whackity schmackity doom. It's been there for like at least 2 months. Yeah. That path is completely blocked from us. Okay, not completely, but you know what I mean. Let's see, what do you got? Oh, today is also today is March 20th. That's a special thing, I get. Is that a special thing? It's like the first day of spring or whatever. I don't know. There's something special today. Something spring related. It's not a equinox, I don't think. I just know it's something special today. Let's see what else we can find. We still got 2 more fossils and so many other things. Oh, hey, look, it's a message in a bottle. Oh, isn't that? Let's see what we got today. A green grass skirt. Already got it, because we already have everything. Oh, and we do have pumpkins today. Okay, I thought we did. Man, just wanted to check. I didn't see anything in there. Still gotta water flowers, right? Anything down here? No. We should probably go talk to Marshall. He might know a thing or two. And I saw him hanging up here by the campsite. It's been a while. Ever since, like, Axel showed up. We haven't had anybody at the campsite recently. Because we kept bringing Axel back, and then we didn't keep Axel. And he stopped giving tasks for us to do, and that kind of sucked. Alright, there's one fossil. And fossil number 2. Huh, nothing over here. I guess we'll keep looking. There's so many places it could be. Oh, hey, did we say hi to Whitney already? I don't remember. Gorgeous, thank you for coming to see me. I love how you stopped to chat with me, my dear. That's all it takes for me to make me think it'll be a good day. Oh, it is a good day. It's our anniversary. Not your anniversary. Wait, what was day 2? Well, day 200's their anniversary, but I don't remember what day that is. Hey, Mush. Happy 1-year anniversary. Vibe check. I was hoping I'd run into you. Just look at the sky. Mother Nature always picks up such an on-trend color for the season. Yep, both Whitney and Audie are out. Cherry's out. Yep, everybody's out and about today. Except for Carmen, who we'll go stop by and say hi to. Well, let's say hi to Carbon. Well, we're right here. Still struggling to find this fossil, but let's go say hi. Hey, Carmen. I love you. It's so fab you're here. Vibe check. Everyone's talking about how you were fossil hunting yesterday. It was so wild that a bunch of critters used to live on this island. I can't wait to find more of them. Oh, I have found so many of them. You don't even know. I think we already searched over here, and I don't think anything's in there. Nothing down there. I have had the game pulled a little sneaky on me before and hide something right there. I don't see anything today. We'll go say hi to them in a minute. I also didn't... Oh, there's... Because the money tree's right there. Okay. It's hidden amongst the coins. Let's not accidentally destroy this one. Like I said, we still had a very good track record on that. It did not happen nearly as much as you'd expect. But it did happen. Yep, there we go. Alright, we've been collecting money in a bag. We still need one more fossil, and I have no ideas as of this moment. No fruit. When is egg day? Oh, gosh. Day 101. So that'd be, what, 101 days from today? Technically, it'd be 100 days from today. Alright, we got all the fossils. I guess we should go talk to Blathers. Yes, Blathers, one last time. Okay, well, we're still doing it 3 more times. But you get my point. It's... technically we will have met a year ago in, like, a few days, but yeah. When do the cherry blossoms grow? Oh, I want to say the cherry blossoms bloom in April. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I want to say... Isn't it, like, April 1st to, like, April 12th or something like that? It's, like, the first, like, week or 2 of April. I think. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I'm pretty... That sounds right. I guess we should go see our villager for a DIY recipe. So let's go say hi to some of our other friends. Oh wait. Yeah. 3 days away. March 23rd. Yep. The final day. The final day. Dawn of the final day. Check me out. I'm doing stuff. I'm making a music stand. One of the bugs on the floor whispered the DIY instructions in my ear while I was sleeping last night. So I gotta build it before I forget what it even is. What? You already know how to make a music stand. Sure do. That's really cool. You've always on top of things. I'm usually stuck under them. I want to tell everyone about the music stand, so I scribbled down the recipe. You know, anyone wants to know how to make it, so you can hand them this note. And maybe apologize for the cookie grease I smudged in the middle part. Oh, don't worry about it, Zuck. It's fine, it's fine. Alright. It wouldn't be it wouldn't be the final day if we didn't have stream errors. And yep, I'm having stream errors. It wouldn't be the final day without them. Hey, you two, how you doing? Got a bunch of... Okay, I want to keep that wood, because that's a lot of wood. But the rest of this we can get rid of. Yeah, that sounds good. Not much, but nothing's perfect, but it's a living. We got a chair. Yeah, it's like a brownish, blackish folding chair. I'll take it. I don't remember if we have a wheelchair already. I should probably just buy one just in case. Alright, I guess let's go say hi to the Able sisters while we're right here. Hey, you two. Let's see what we got. Hey, MX Dex. How you doing? Do we need any of this? Ooh, I don't think I have one of those, so we might as well. Well, thanks for stopping by. About to say goodbye to Bunny and move in Cherry. Yeah, Cherry's great. The punk rock star. Alright, let's go put some stuff in the house and go grab our pumpkins. We can keep the money, it's not that big of a deal. Eye mask, folding chair, wheelchair, baseball uniform, and that. Alright, let's go grab pumpkins. We already watered flowers, yep. All taken care of. She'll be back for sure. Yeah. Then again, I mean, I said that about Octavian. I let Octavian go and say, oh, he'll be back for sure. I'll bring him back. And then I never did. God, that was almost that was like 60 days ago. That was back in January. I mean, admittedly, the first time I let him go, I brought him back. But the second time, nope. I don't know. I was always thinking that, oh, maybe if Carmen left. Maybe during the summer. Yeah. I was always like, oh, maybe if Carmen ever leaves, we'll bring him back or something. And then Carmen just never left. Not that I have any real complaints. I still think Carmen's kind of cool. In her own way. And then I couldn't bring myself to get rid of Lucky. Because while Lucky was only supposed to be like a temporary thing for Halloween, I just couldn't bring myself to get rid of him. It's like these same thing with these pumpkins. They were supposed to only be for Halloween, and then I just couldn't bring myself to get rid of them. And then I realized that you make a lot of money from pumpkins. Not like I really need it. Because I don't. Alright, there we go. Let's go sell our pumpkins. Our award-winning pumpkins. What the? Oh, okay, nothing I care about. Oh, there's a volleyball today. I might buy a volleyball. Because I know we have like a yellow and black, yellow and black, I mean. Black and yellow. But I don't think I have a normal white volleyball. Still never got that soccer ball. Or football. Depending on your orientation. Yep. Let's get a volleyball. Oh, ooh, I should show off. I saw someone did something. Maybe we'll do that real quick. I do want to show this off. Ooh. Yeah, let's I gotta show this off because I saw this going around Twitter last night, and I thought, oh, that's the coolest thing. Maybe not the coolest thing. I just think it's neat. Like, I think it's very clever that somebody did this. Because, like, I definitely would have never thought of it. So, if we go into our... let's go into our phone, because we can now access this. Oh, where are we going to put this? I don't know. Okay, let's search by design idea. HPDL KX. Right. Yesterday we talked a lot about how creative people can get in this game, and this like with all the new custom design stuff, I thought this was so neat. So it's a cat, right? Let me just save it. You'll if you haven't seen this, you'll see what I'm talking about here in a minute. Yes. Gosh dang it. Yes, close it. So now, if we like come over here, I guess let's do it right over here, because whatever. Put it in the middle of the room. We've been seeing these types of designs. Yeah, they're really neat. And then we come over here, display here, and we rotate it. It looks like because of how the umbrella works, right? It's a hexagon. It looks like a three-dimensional object. It just looks like a three-dimensional cat box. It uses perspective, but it's just an umbrella. But it looks like a cat box. You gotta look at it from the right angle. But yeah, it looks like a cat box. And I saw someone make like a little cat house with like a bed and like a climbing tower scratching post thing. And I just think that's really neat. Like, people are going to be able to do like, this is already really cool. And I'm sure people are going to be able to do all sorts of crazy things with this. But yeah, It's a little cat box. I just think it's cool. I just think it's neat. Yeah. And I also saw an island yesterday that I think we're gonna have to go visit. I'm not gonna. I was gonna just show the images of it, but I think we're actually gonna go visit it. Not tomorrow, but like maybe on Monday we'll go visit it because it looked very fancy. And I've seen the tweets of it, but I haven't actually been. So maybe that's a plan for Monday. One last Dream Island, you know. All right, let's do some more Nook shopping. You know, some things never change. Yep, all that. All of the posters we never bought. I think we bought one of them. So many posters. Yeah. We have everybody on our island currently, right? Yeah, I think so. All right. So let's grab this desk. Oh, I was gonna go put that money away. That's why I went to the computer in the first place. We'll get back around to it later. So it's the we've been playing officially now for 1 year. It's the 1 year anniversary, and it was kind of like, hey, what stupid special thing do we do for the 1 year anniversary, right? I didn't really have any ideas, but you know, let's just take a walk. Just a nice casual walk around the island and talk about everything we've done up to this point. Everything we've accomplished in the past year. Yeah, just a nice casual walk, right? A short hike, if you will. I need to play that game. And let's start with our house. We have well, most of the houses are like suburbs, or not even that. They're more like it's more like a complex of tightly packed houses. I did give myself a yard, right? We've customized our house a few times, and really, I don't really care. I've always had a pink roof, but other than that, I don't really care about the exterior of our house too much. We used to have bushes off to the side. Nowadays, they're right here and right here. We have our lovely little hammock. I always kind of wanted a backyard, but I never really got around to it. So, like, you see because, again, mountain butts up against it. But you see, right, we have, like, a little garden table, a little thing. I probably should have placed flowers around here at some point, but I never did. We have our pizza oven, because throughout this series, on several occasions, I have tried to make pizza, like in real life, and I've talked about it several times. So the pizza oven is fitting. We have our little lovely swing set. And we have a little trash can sitting behind the house. And you can just barely see. It's not a very complicated yard, like, at all. And I definitely have a lot of space that I don't do much with. There's a lot of empty space in here, but I think it's nice. Then we come down here to our residential district. A lot of people, like, give their residents, like, oh, they make it like suburban housing, and everybody gets a yard and whatnot. And that's what I originally wanted to do. When the game first released, my idea was like, hey, what if everybody got themselves, like, a yard? But I'm not a very talented designer or anything. I don't know what I'm doing. So instead, all I knew is when I originally picked the island, and like if you look at the map, I knew I wanted to put all the houses over here on this side of the river. That's what I knew I originally wanted, and that's why it ended up looking like this. Or that's why all the houses ended up over here. But yeah, I thought about giving everybody a yard, but I don't really know what I'm doing. And while I could still I mean, like, theoretically, I could put stuff and, like, cut a yard right there, cut a yard right here. I mean, this kind of backs up close to the wall, but what you gonna do? I could theoretically do something. So here's what I'll do. I can't void bunny. So here's what I'll do. I can't void bunny because I like her. So I'll move her to my other account and move her via Amiibo. Bring her back. If it works, it works. Honestly, if it were... I mean, me doing Octavian, I did it all through Amiibo. Because that's what made everything so easy. But yeah. So yeah, that was my thought process behind this residential district. Was that I just wanted to play... Right, I wanted all my villagers' houses to be in one place. I sprinkled some items, like... Right, the water pump and some of these we were required to make. All of these we were required to make. And I probably wanted to do more, but you know, the residential district's fine. It's very not modern. It's because it's not suburban. Because, you know, but I think it's fine. I think it's not amazing or anything. We do have the community garden, which is still the two Pride Gardens are still two of the nicest things on the island. I think we made this one in June for Pride Month. And yeah, it was neat because we had to get all the green mums and everything. And the hardest thing to get was the blue rose. It took us months to get the blue rose. But we did it. And yeah, it looks fine. It's one of the nicer looking things. And yeah, it sits back down here. It's it kind of is annoying that this is like 1 block over, but this is 2 blocks down. Whatever, who cares, right? It looks fine, and yeah, it's in a nice central spot, and yeah, it's like our community garden. Because originally there used to be fences around it and everything, like there used to be like stone fence, but then when I had to move Tammy and was Axel still living here at the time? I don't remember. Maybe it was the hamster, Humphrey, or not Humphrey, Russell? Whatever hamster was living with us, when I had to move their houses, I ended up changing things around, and that's why Tammy used to live where Lucky lives, and why Nan lives up. And that's why it's a weird, like, instead of being like a perfect square with like a 1 dent hanging off of it, that's why it kind of takes that weird like Tetris block shape, is because of it. And then we'll get to the rock garden. Let's do the shopping district first. Let's get this. So I wanted like a shopping district, right? A place where like all the shops were located in one central area that you could visit. This was one of the early, like this when I was built, before I'd even decided if I was going to do this every day for a year. I was like, I know I want a residential district. I know I want a shopping district. I think the museum was supposed to be part of the shopping district. And yeah, and I put Able... Admittedly, I expected there to be more shops than just Able Sisters and Nook's Crannies. But yeah, that's where it all started, is that, hey, I was going to do a shopping district. And then the wheels we built for Christmas, because I was going to do like a Christmas giveaway thing. And then that never happened. So, whatever. Right? But that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do like a Christmas giveaway, but hey, it still kind of matches the shopping district. It's still like, oh, it's like the plaza roulette wheels that you see all the time in anime, right? That's kind of what I was going for. Then we have our little plaza over here. Originally, this was for DIYs. I had so many DIYs, and I was like, what if we just like put our DIYs in like a shopping district, and you could just pick them like off of like the stalls. That was the original idea behind it. Plus, I do like a few others here and there. And then at some point, was it around Thanksgiving? It was sometime like after Thanksgiving. I was like, hey, what if each stall was like a seasonal thing? So you have Easter, Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day, Festival, Christmas, Halloween, the wedding season, firework, 4th of July, I guess. And then you have some flowers. Now, not everything got converted. Like, this one originally had wood, and then someone stole my other piece of wood off of it. This one's always been, like, film, I guess. This one's flowers. These two things are glasses. Come on. Whatever, it's not letting me see it. But they're like sets of glasses. The one thing I really like is the fountain in the center. And then yeah, you've got the grill, which is kind of out of place. The Tatabana branches, a cafe menu, and a cotton candy machine. I think it's kind of cute. But yeah, this area became something different than originally intended, and I ended up shoving all my DIYs over here. Yeah, I think it's really nice. I think this is all. It also became a really nice area. I like the asymmetry of it with like this little path down to the beach right here. I always thought that like added some like nice spice to it, because well, I could have done something right here, and that adds a little spice. Over here we have the rock garden. So the flowers outside of the rock garden, these 6, originally I think Tyrell asked me to hold on to some blue pansies for him. He was like, hey, because I had a bunch of extra, and he was like, hey, can you hold on a few for me? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. And then I've seen him like once since then. So yeah, that's why there are blue pansies outlining this thing. The rock garden, originally, I saw people do rock gardens very early on when the game came out, and was like, oh, when I get a 5-star island, I was going to do my own rock garden. And then like 150 something days in, I finally got a 5-star island, and yeah, we made a rock garden. I don't really use it that much anymore, and you can tell I was trying to do like the Zen thing. Man said hold these and yeeted. I hope he's doing well. But yeah, these were, yeah, I tried to do like a Zen garden sort of thing, like, you know what I mean. But, and, because it originally looked very different before I made it into the rock garden. But yeah, it eventually looks like it is, and yeah, I just don't really use it anymore. But it's neat, I guess. These tulips originally were part of a museum thing, and I just couldn't get rid of them. I just didn't want to get rid of them, so instead they ended up over here. We have the beach, the most forgettable beach, because yeah, I always forget this thing existed. This was for a while, so we had Lord Helix very early on, and I was like, later on, I was like, what if we do like more statues? I called them ancients, because I didn't want to call them gods. I was like, what if like we worship like ancient beings that would like give us like blessings or whatnot to like help us get good fish. And then I just kept with the exception of Lord Helix, I kept forgetting they existed. But yeah, this has been here for, I don't know, like 200 days, and I always forget it exists. But it's here. And yeah, this was supposed to be for like a fish ancient, or like a sea ancient, or something like that. I don't know. It was a half-baked idea that I never got around to finishing. Alright, airport is airport. Nothing to be said there, really. I guess let's talk about this flowers real quick. So my favorite flower, like in real life, my favorite flower is the hydrangea. I think the hydrangeas are beautiful. And so when the game added bushes, I was like, oh, let's line our community center with bushes. And so we lined them with hydrangea, and then we, like, the museum, right? Because I used to have bushes here, and then the museum became a problem. And then, right, I replaced them with holly, and now they're camellias, I think? Yeah. And because also one of the things, like, there's a lot of, like, these brick paths. I wanted different paths throughout, right? Because, well, people will always use layman paths, right? Like, I always use this one. Nan, where is she? Oh, yeah, she is. Hey, yo, how are you, buddy? I'm struggling to come up with last-minute dinner plans. Yeah, she is, and Lucky's just wearing a shirt, like a PJ shirt. Hey, I like running into you. The best tasting island is everything tastes great. Everything. Lucky, you better not eat me. But yeah, I originally wanted, like, paths connecting the island, So right, going everywhere, there would be like a path, even though I just cut across all the time, because, you know, that's how people do it in real life. And I wanted each segment of the island to use a different path. So like Fruit Island uses glazed terracotta. The main island uses brick. This one uses the tiled stones, right? Like the arch stones. If we come over here, this district uses the only sisterly villager. This path just uses the normal default stone, right? I wanted each segment of the island to use like a different path, and then wood, dirt, and sand I just used for whatever, right? But yeah, I wanted each segment of the island to use a different path. That was the original plan. I mean, yeah, like I used glazed terracotta here, but I thought it looked the best. And I used a lot of wood, because, you know, wood looked nice. Dirt was always super convenient. So yeah, over here, so I don't remember when this happened, but at some point I was like, you know what, I should just make a garden for our money trees. I think it was because we were originally like placing them over here or just wherever. But I was like, you know, it would be nice if we had them all in one place. So at some point, after Halloween, clearly, because this is the Halloween fencing, I was like, you know, let's just make this over here. So we made our little money tree garden. I don't remember if anything used to be here. I know we packed turnips in here at one point. But yeah, it's just a simple little money tree garden. And every once in a while, I'll forget about the money tree, or I'll accidentally break the money tree, or I can't find the money tree. But yeah. It's just a lot of people have money tree gardens. Yeah, it's kind of like the rock thing. This area, I always wanted at least part of my island to be like nature, right? That we just have natural forest on the island. Currently, if we come over here, that's kind of this part of the island, right? Like this back part back here is like our only real nature left. Sadly, but for a long time, this part right here, where all the Mario stuff is, was the nature part of the island, right? It had like all the natural trees growing and everything, and I guess, yeah, I don't know, that was my original idea, is like, I just wanted some nature, I wanted some trees. Eventually, though, I undid it, and there's been a number, right now it's the Mario area, but like I said, Valentine's Day was over here. Football with football fish was over here. Snowmen were right, I did snowmen along these paths. There's been all sorts of other things that have been over here. I don't remember all of them, to be fair. But yeah, that's kind of how this area shaped out. I don't know. It's just kind of my open area that is Mario right now, because, you know, the Mario Day happened. Oh god, and the Mario Day purge is like a week away. Oh, there we go. Yeah, the Mario Day purge is coming up quick. Here we have Crabrave. We went and visited Tyrell in the Southern Lands. And while we were there, we got a spider crab. And I had the idea, because I had seen the spider crab, but I was like, hey, what if we, because there's the famous Crabrave meme. Where is it the mitten crab that does it? Right, and I was like, yeah, that's a funny meme. And then I realized, hey, there's a lot of crabs in this game. What if we just make a crab rave? Because what this was originally was, oh gosh, I just remembered. In August for the fireworks, right? So in August, they do the fireworks event. And normally it's like Isabelle and Tom Nook and Red here in the town square. But you can't really see the fireworks with the town hall in the way, right? The town hall just kind of blocks your view. And I was like, oh, that sucks. Well, let's come over here and make like a festival area, like, you know, like a Japanese festival, like you, I don't know, I'm not Japanese, but you know, I watch anime, with like a bonfire. And I was gonna set up other things, but I was very limited. And I was like, yeah, because we could view all the fireworks from right here. That was what this originally was. It was like a little firework area. And I was going to set up a band here, right? That's why I built the stage originally, because I was going to set up a band. And then probably after August, so in like September, I converted it to Crab Rave. And it has been Crab Rave ever since. We have Olivia and Orsino. And we have DJ Crab, right? It's just some fun things. I think it's cute. I think it's a cute little thing. We have the beach. Nothing really special on the beach, really. I think I called this one Clam Beach. Because at some point recently I had the idea, like, what if we divide our island into districts and, like, we name everything? Inspired, obviously, by Achievement City. But I ended up deciding, I never did that, so, yeah. And then over here we have the second Pride Garden, the Trans Pride Garden. We built this during Trans Awareness Week. And I always wanted to go back in and get dirt, like, to get, like, the ground to be dirt so that way it shows up on the map. Because currently it doesn't. But I never got around to doing it, so whatever. And then I originally was waiting until we got blue roses, because blue roses are very important to this thing. But I eventually, because it was Trans Awareness Week, of course I built it then. But yeah, I think it's neat. It's just again, it's some of the nicer things on the island, specifically because I didn't really have to put much effort into making it. Because the designs already look nice to begin with. Okay, so next we have the museum. We're not going to go... We've spent, like, the past week inside the museum. Every day we go into the museum. The museum looks wonderful, but that has nothing to do with us design on the island. The original idea was that I wanted the fossils in front of the museum. I feel like the dinosaur and the Triceratops, like, facing off against the T-Rex and the Triceratops, is a really cool design. I think it's really neat. And I think, because I've seen a lot of different interpretations. Some of the fanciest ones are like people who put their museums up on cliffs. And then there was that time it was the museum was the White House. But I was like, hey, what if we have like dinosaur fossils out front? Because I feel like, but I don't know, because most museums I know and that I've been to, unless we're in like New York, have like a museum garden out front. With like with like art and not really fossils, but you know, they usually have some sort of like museum garden. And that's what I was trying to do originally. The flowers, I kept getting blue roses. So that's why we have all these flowers here, because I was originally storing pink roses. They're facing off in the longest mannequin challenge. Yeah. But yeah, pink. I was originally just storing pink roses here while I was waiting to do the Pride Garden. And then I just started putting blue and red roses here. And then, yeah, you have some more over here just because I didn't want to destroy the blue roses because we had worked so hard to get them. And then the cafe. So in, what was it, December, January? Someone made like a winter themed cafe. And I thought that was the coolest thing. So I literally one for one recreated it on my island, and it was one of the nicest looking things on the island. But of course the snow melted, so I had to replace it with something else. And so I made this little like teddy bear cafe. I put a cafe thingy. There's a bunch of shamrock shakes, because again, it was just St. Patrick's Day. I don't know, this is like inspired by like people's designs online, but also kind of my own. We should... I know KK Cafe's in here somewhere. So there it is. But yeah, it's not... it definitely, like, the first version of the Spring Cafe didn't look that great. But this version looks a little better, at least. At least it has a little more depth to it, you know? I don't think it's... I think the winter one looks so good. And this one just looks okay. But, you can't always win, you know? And then, again, probably also, I think it was Tyrell, it might have been Moshe or Trent or one of them, suggested that I put a pond outside of, no, was it them? I don't remember. You'd have to go back and who knows when I did that. Because originally I had like a tribute, before the cafe there was like a tribute to like around the world, because I had the Sphinx, I had the Leaning Tower of Pisa, I had like a spaceship, right? It was kind of like an art installation. I had tulips, and it was like supposed to be like around the world or whatnot. But then I needed a lake, and I was like, oh, well, putting a lake right next to it doesn't sound that bad. So I put a lake right next to it. Eventually, I did have to make the lake, because it used to be a lot smaller, and it used to be like a square. But I had to, yeah, I mean, it is a square now, but I had to make it a little bigger, because I put an island of misfit toys in the middle for Christmas. So I made it a little bigger, and then I just put a little dent in it, just to, like, give it a little depth, you know? Because it looked very flat. Because, you know, a square just kind of looks ugly. So yeah, that's why this looks like this. But yeah, I had to make this bigger to put an island of misfit toys in the middle. If we come up here, originally there were some points where I was just trying to decorate the island with flowers. So that's why originally it was just these four, and then they kept spreading, and I just never, because I originally wanted black and pink, but then they red and white spawned, and I just didn't care. Same thing with these. Originally, or at least in like June-ish, I was like, you know, we have red, white, and blue. What if we do like American flag hyacinths? Right? That's why there are so many red and blue and white ones. But eventually I stopped caring, and yeah, that never got made. And this is obviously the messiest flower garden. Maybe second messiest, but whatever. If we come over here, so after I lost the turnip garden to pumpkins, I needed a new place to store turnips, and that's where the turnip beach comes from. Because, yeah, I needed a place, and I was like, hey, Daisy May kept spawning right here. So I was like, let's just store the turnips right here. And yeah, it worked. It worked. Originally there was those electric e-scooters, right? That, you know, people hate. Well, there was a report about like people dumping them in the ocean and how bad for the environment that is. And I was like, hey, boom, we got an e-scooter, and I was like, hey, what if we just put this on the beach? Right? To like, and I referenced that. That was in like the first like 20 days. And it has been here ever since. This is one of the oldest things on the island. The Godzilla statue we got, by default, I think we had like a red one, but then someone gave us a brown one, and then we worked hard to get the mecha suit. So we have Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla or whatever. Right? Because I'm a massive Mecha Godzilla fan. And because originally it was back here on the rocks. But then once I built the cyborg suit, I moved it over here to, right? More people just facing off. I don't know. It's whatever. We have these. I originally, because we had this little like dent off on the island, I was like, once we hit 5 stars, I was like, hey, what if I store my Lilies of the Valley here? And then we put a warp pipe in the middle because, I don't know, that made it look a little better. I don't know, whatever. Over here, this used to be a seasonal area where every season I would change it. Right? Every season it would be something different. It was originally a cherry blossom area. Or maybe it was originally an Easter area. Then it was a cherry blossom area. Then it was a wedding area. There's something else in there I'm forgetting. And then for when school went into session in like late August, early September, I was like, hey, what if we make a school, right? To be like, hey, school's back in session. And part of it, everything was turtles. Because, you know, turtles, horseshoe crabs, and spider crabs are the only things that don't place in boxes. And I was like, hey, right, what if we do like a turtle school? And we had like one foreign exchange student, right? And then for the crab day joke, for the crab people joke, I replaced them all with crabs. So that's why this looks the way it is because, yeah, that was the joke. And who cares about changing it? I mean, I probably will change it back. Because Turtle School also does look pretty nice. My favorite thing is still this cart. Like, you know, the cart that the teacher would wheel into class to play Bill Nye the Science Guy. That's still one of my favorite jokes. But yeah, I always thought Turtle School looked nice, so that's why I got rid of it. Or that's why I never got rid of it. Is because it was one of the nicer looking things on the island. Because it actually did kind of look like a school. And right, I just thought it was neat. Even though, again, there's black magic and whatnot. Yeah. Come over here. Early on, I was like, hey, I want like a little like botany area. So that's what this ended up being. This was my little, I totally stole a lot of things I stole from other people. And this was one of them. I think the items I have on display are different. Oh, I should have replaced this black rose with a blue rose at some point. Whatever. But yeah, I was like, wouldn't it be cute to have like a little botany area? And yeah, because I had seen other people do it. So yeah, I made a little botany area. Put a wheelbarrow, some plants. I've changed out a few things on this throughout the year. But yeah. And I moved it over because it used to be like right like here-ish. And then when I like tripled the size of the garden. And then I originally built this as like a turnip field. All my turnips were going to be in here. And for like a month or two, they were. And then when pumpkins got added into the game, I filled the field with pumpkins. Because I was expecting pumpkins to like, kind of like in Stardew Valley, how once you go from like fall to winter, all your plants disappear. I was expecting pumpkins to disappear in the same way, like they do in Stardew Valley. And they didn't. So we still have pumpkins here. And I still try to water them all the time. The scarecrow is the nice thing. Remember the ancients thing I was talking about earlier? Here's another one. This was like the ancient of wealth and like fortune. Because again, we used to have turnips here and you want good fortune for turnips. So that's why that was originally there. Over here we have the garden, or I always called it the test garden. Because my goal with the garden, because it originally started as like a much smaller thing. And then because originally I was just growing random flowers, trying to get some rarer things. Then it grew bigger, and then it grew even bigger into what it is right now. But basically my goal was to get every type of flower, and it's taken a lot of work. And technically we're still kind of missing one, but yeah, let's not talk about that. But yeah, we got every type of flower. It took a while, but the test gardens turned out to be a success. And yeah, I probably should have made like an actual like pretty looking garden, like the Pride Gardens. But it just never happened. And I feel like the test gardens are more like true to like me and like the type of things I make. But yeah, and we eventually, blue roses, purple and purple tulips and hyacinths, every color of lily, pansies and windflowers. Cosmos were over here. Yeah, cosmos and mums. Yeah, every type of flower. Of course, there is some like stuff that didn't. Like I bred all these black roses and then ended up only using like 2 of them. Because, yeah, they just weren't that useful and I never got rid of them. All the extra bushes, all these bushes are hydrangeas that I just never moved. I had a trash can over here to destroy stuff I didn't need. Because the first garden used to be like right here up against the cliffside. Because the campsite used to be right here. The campsite used to be right like next to this tree. That's how much things have changed. And then I made access to the beach back here because that was eventually added in. I think probably the beach thing was added in before I made the test garden with Jolly Red, but yeah. And then we come up here to the mountain. So originally the mountain used to spawn right coast to coast, right? All the test garden, the turnip field, the school, all covered in mountains. I got rid of all of them, but I didn't want to get rid of all of my mountain. So we kept this mountain. I did get rid of the river I got rid of the river and I made my own river. I made my own lake because I thought there was going to be a lake fish. And then it turns out there isn't, or a clifftop lake fish. Turns out there isn't a clifftop lake fish, so never had to worry about it. Most of the trees up here in the mountains are completely fake. Or by fake, I mean I planted them myself. I basically got rid of all the trees. The mountain is extremely artificial. Even though it's technically the only mountain that was originally on the island. Also, I chopped where my house used to be mountain. I like cut it off at the pass basically. But yeah, we have the upper side with we have a little bench that I always thought was cute. We have this right here. For some reason I don't think we did this. I might have done this off stream or something, because I feel like I'd never explained it. This is my, even though I have since explained it, but when I originally did it, I don't think I explained it. So up on the mountain in the trees is the Tomb of the Unknown Villager. This is basically a tomb that represents everybody who has left the island, whether it be Elsie, Yuki, Tammy, or Yuka, Yuka, Tammy, technically our boy Axel, our boy Octavian, Rolf, right? It's just a figurative representation of everyone who we've lost on the island. That's all that meant. But yeah, the Tomb of the Unknown Villager. It's just a little thing. Because we don't have paintings for all of them as well. Like, I don't have a painting for Elsie. I don't have a painting for Kid Cat. And then down here, we needed a new place for the campsite. And I was like, there's no more natural place than the mountains. Even though we made a bunch of unnatural trees. Of course, lilies of the valley spawn here. And again, I couldn't be bothered to throw them away. And then we struggled to get this log table. It took forever. But yeah, I wanted like a natural little campsite, and I think it looks okay, right? It's nothing amazing, but I think it's very spacious, because there used to be stuff right here that I got rid of. Yeah, I took it inside. But yeah, I always thought it was nice. And yeah, so that's our little mountain campsite. It's nothing, again, nothing special, but it's okay. It's a neat little thing. And yeah, because I wanted to keep some semblance of mountain. Oh, hey, Pookie, how you doing? Yep, you made it today. Today, 365, the 1-year anniversary. Back here, we have Lord Helix. Originally, I think I got the Helix, I got a duplicate Helix fossil from Blathers. I placed it down here and made a shrine. And that was the joke, right? Oh, I was going to make like a little Helix shrine, right? This is, because I did this like 30 days in. This was very early on. I put the incense, I put the candles. We got this other piece of, I think this is supposed to be like shark teeth or something. But no, I made this Helix. And then when they added in diving, we have the Chambered Nautilus, who I've always called the Apostle, because he is an Apostle of Lord Helix. But yeah, it's a Twitch Plays Pokemon. I was big in Twitch Plays Pokemon back in the day. What was that, like 2014? Oh god, that was 7 years ago. Maybe older. I don't know. I was a big fan of Twitch Plays Pokemon, and Lord Helix was such a big thing. And I was just like, hey, wouldn't that be neat? And we have said praise Lord Helix probably over 200 times. Maybe even 300. I'm not entirely sure when I first put down the little statue. It has probably been 300. Because I know the Lord Helix statue was here on day 69. So yeah. We've probably said praise Lord Helix like 300 times. Compilation, every time I've said praise Lord Helix. I'm here with my friend Grace and Leia. Oh, hey Grace. Hey Leia. How you doing? Oh, you had shopping? Hope you had fun. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, shopping. How I don't really miss thee. But yeah, that's the entire tour of the island. Anything else? Oh, I guess we should go check out the, we have the little Blossom viewing lantern right here. Because I always thought it looked really nice. And I think of the Great Gatsby, the, like, one single light off on the shore. And while that light's, I think, green, I thought the Blossom viewing lantern would look nice. Right? We have fished many a fish on this dock. And then these over here. So at the time, I was watching Oron High School Host Club. And he, I think that's where these came from. And in that, there's like an episode where they go to the beach and they collect like starfish and sea urchins and sea snails. And so inspired by that, I put these on the beach. Right, an urchin, a starfish, a sea snail. The jellyfish I just thought was kind of neat. The volleyball's here because the volleyball's here. Same thing with the beach bed over here. I just kind of, I was like, that'd be neat to have a beach bed over here. Present. Yeah, I know. I was waiting for it to get to shore. But yeah, that's the entire island. Oops. You watch? Yeah, of course I've watched Auron. It's a fantastic show. Oh, we have 3 of these. Wow. A champion's pennant. Is this one of these banners? Yeah, it is. It's like the one up there. It's like the SPQR banner up there. We have faux shoes. And, oh, 10,000 bells. Nice. So now, I guess it's time I should go inside and explain the house. Because we've explained everything I've done on the outside of the... Oh, we didn't explain Fruit Island. Ooh. Ooh, let's go explain Fruit Island real quick. Oops, I completely missed that one. And the Snurch. Gosh, I miss things. Alright. So, Snurch. Let's talk Snurch real quick. So there was a joke in like early June. I love it. I got my friends to be by showing her that show. Yeah. Auron's so good. But yeah, so Snurch. So there was a meme going around in like June of last year that was like, "Take me to Snurch. I'll worship like a snail in the shrine of your light. Tell me your snins so you can snarp in your snife." And I thought that was funny, and it was like, you know, we could probably build a Snurch in Animal Crossing. And then we didn't actually build it for like 100 days because it never rained. It never rained, and you can only get snails in the rain. But once it did, we collected a bunch of snails, and we built ourselves a Snurch. There's donations to the Snurch, a shrine for Sneezes. Right, but yeah, that's where the original that's the only reason why Snurch is here. I was eventually gonna tear it down, and then I never did, because this was the thing that got us the 5-star island. Out of everything, it was a stupid Snurch that got us the 5 stars. And then finally we have Fruit Island. Originally, I had rows and rows of fruit trees, right? I just had every type of fruit tree. I had at least 2 of. Just a bunch of fruit trees. That was the original thing. Just a bunch of fruit trees, and I'd harvest them every 3 days. And then I wanted to destroy it, and then that was like 100 days in, and then it took me another 200 to finally do it. And now we have new Fruit Island. We have like a little like area where you can do all your farming stuff, workbenches, water, eco-friendly, of course, silos. We have a cow pen with our little cows. Cause, yeah. And then, of course, it is still Fruit Island. So I wanted to keep, there's 2 of every fruit tree, plus there's 1 extra of every fruit tree scattered across the island. All original, right? Some of my earliest fruit trees I had in the game. And then we have like because this is on the river and like the river leads to the ocean, I wanted like a little like shipping and receiving area where we could like take the fruit and we could go off and like a pretend boat would show up. We'd load up the boat and then it'd sail off with boxes and barrels of fruit wine. I should try to make wine this year. Every year I tell myself I'm going to try to make wine. And because I have a fruit tree nearby. And like in real life, I should say. And there's like a fruit tree. And every year I'm like, oh, I'm going to make wine using that fruit because nobody would care. And every year I don't do it. Maybe I should finally do that this year. Oh, that'd be fun. But yeah, and so that is now everything on the island. So I guess let's go into the house. And let's explain the house, shall we? So for a main room, I just wanted like a nice little like comfy living room. Of course, we need our crafting table. And I wanted a couch. But the actual layout of this living room has changed like a lot depending on when you're watching. I mean, honestly, this is probably the most standard layout. TV. I think these posters have been on the wall forever, like the 2 posters. The crafting table I don't think has ever moved. Eventually, the Happy Home Academy yelled at me to display trophies, so I displayed trophies. I put a rug here. We have my little beta fish that I never gave a name, even though I always wanted to. But yeah, my favorite living room is still when we had the Kotatsu for the Christmas one. The Kotatsu Christmas living room was still the best one. Next up, I guess let's go into the bedroom. I think the bedroom is what we built next. So the bedroom really hasn't changed much. That's the Mayday thing. I have it because it's based on my real life bedroom, right? It mostly is, because if you've ever seen like a real shot, there's the computer, there's the bed right behind me, the door's over here, right? But of course I took some creative liberties, and eventually the farther we got on, the more creative liberties I took. One of my favorite paintings is up on the wall. There's a meme that goes back to New Leaf. So, you know, like Froggy Chair is a meme? Well, there was a meme about, hey, here's a TV that's shaped like an apple. It's Reggie Fils-Aimé saying, here's a TV that's shaped like an apple. And I always thought that meme was funny. So that's why we have the apple-shaped TV. I always meant to replace it and put something over here, but I never did. Name the fish Frida. But yeah, there's some paintings on the wall. My favorite Easter egg on the entire island is right here. Right, this is my favorite Easter egg on the island. Oh, I love it so much. That was something we did very early on as well. And yeah, I just love it. Yeah, I always wanted to make this room look a little better, because it's always been very simple. Oh god, my obsession with if you go back to like the first like 2 months, I had an obsession with getting this cherry bonsai because I thought it looked so cool, and I still think it looks really cool. But yeah, that's the main room. Next over here, so because in most previous Animal Crossing games, I didn't care about clothing, but for New Horizons, I actually thought clothing was pretty cool in this game. So I put more time into clothing in this game than I did in any other Animal Crossing. So I thought, hey, let's have a clothing room that's filled with clothing and whatnot. So you've got the sewing, so it's like a room based on that. You got the old sewing machine, a mirror, a sewing kit, right, all that. And then originally I just had some random stuff hanging up on the walls and everything, but nowadays it's all based around the events, kind of like how the the shopping area became based around events. This also, because Easter, wedding, Halloween, Christmas, festival, St. Patrick's Day, it's all based around events. The 2 shirts up there are given from the Bug and the Fish Offs. Those are the Sailor Moon dresses from when we did the Sailor Moon photo shoot back in October. The Mario stuff is there. And then these are some, right, you have Link, Byleth, Pyra, and the Kiki, because Kiki was our Halloween costume. That was fun. Then we have the crown up there, because, you know, it cost $1 million, and I thought, why not? But yeah, there used to be a rocking chair over here, and then I think we got rid of it for something, because we used it for something else, and I never put it back. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, it's a pretty decent looking room in my opinion. Very busy, but that's not a bad thing. Now let's go across the hall. So originally this was our green screen. This room over here was our green screen room. I did a few reviews in it. Beans, right? It was all green screen all the time. That was the original room. And I would do like little like fireside chats in it and whatnot. Fun stuff. And then with the Beautiful Visions thing, we did the Cousin Pietro, let's go bowling. And so I made it into like a little mini bowling alley thing. That's something I do miss. I miss bowling. Every summer I would do bowling, right? And because of quarantine, I didn't do it last year. I miss it. Oh, it's been so long. Oh, I miss it so much. But yeah, this is our cute little bowling alley. It's very cramped, obviously. Very cramped. But I think it's kind of cute. I don't know, the green screen room had its own charm to it as well. But what are we going to do? And then I guess let's head upstairs first. So originally I did an Alice in Wonder, or upstairs was based on Alice in Wonderland. I did like a Mad Hatter style tea party. We had cloudy flooring, a mystical forest, and like everything was like mixed matched and random colored. It was like an Alice in Wonderland thing. We had the little dog showed up. I thought it was cute personally. Yeah, it was fine. And then at some point I was like, yeah, the Happy Home Academy kept complaining about it. And every house has a bathroom and a kitchen. And I was like, I guess it's finally time we make our kitchen. Now, admittedly, I did recently mess with the kitchen, and we now have 3 sinks. 3 sinks and 2 stoves. So that's kind of dumb, but I think it's kind of funny. I should probably fix that at some point. But yeah, 3 sinks, 2 stoves, a radio. I don't know. I think it's kind of... It's cute in its own way, We have the things on the wall. We have our little plants. I've changed out this like several times because the game gives us a lot. I totally stole the books with the painting behind it from somebody else's island that we visited. It might have been a Dream Island, but I don't remember. We have the fridge, a blender, a microwave, because we still don't have the ironwood drawers DIY. I still don't have that. And it annoys me to no end that we never got the ironwood drawers DIY. Same thing with the fence post and the double-decker bed DIYs. I wanted them so bad, and we never got them. Oh, it's so aggravating. But other than me recently just messing with the kitchen to add in a 3rd sink, I think the kitchen actually looks pretty decent. Especially like this half over here with like the table and the bonsais and everything looks really good. And this other half looks okay. I still feel like this wall is kind of barren. I mean, it looks a little better with that on it, but what you're gonna do? Beggars can't be choosers, And that leaves the last room in the house. What was originally going to be our marijuana farm is now our meth lab. Yep. And I actually said it. It was our stupid little... It was... Because I'm all aboard creepy basements. And we've seen some creepy basements. I literally have a pentagram in my DIYs. Like, come on. We've done some creepy basements. But, I don't know. This is kind of funny. Right? Having a meth lab down here. We needed something. And I think this works fine. I think this works fine. I think the security camera was a recent addition we made, and I think there it is. That's a really nice thing. Same thing with the cobwebs up in the corner. I think they're kind of neat. But yeah, I think our creepy basement's okay. And that's a tour of the entire island. Oh my god. We have done a lot over the past year. Over the past 365 days. We have truly done so many things. And while the island is far from perfect, and some of my original goals never got accomplished, since we're near the end here, what were some of the goals I never got done? Let's read these off real quick. Let me pull up the list real quick. Goals I wanted to do that I never did. Where is it? Here we go. I wanted to make a set of, clothing based around the Zodiac. And I was like, hey, wouldn't it... Because we have all these custom clothing slots. Wouldn't it be cool to have, a set of clothing based around, the Zodiac? I always thought that would be kind of neat. And I just never did it. Nope. I'm not especially doing stuff like the Garbo shirt early on, the Fire Emblem stuff, the bathrobe. Right? It was very clear that I am not very creative, and I just couldn't do it. So yeah, I never did it, but I had the idea to do a Zodiac themed clothing. Another idea I had was I wanted to do like a thing where I pretended to be a milkman and like go around to my villagers and like give them each like milk. That never happened because I don't think there's milk in the game. But that was one of my ideas, that I was going to pretend to be a milkman. And actually 2 of these we're still going to do. Two of these things we are still going to do in the future. There are 3 days left, and tomorrow is one of them, and the last day is the other one. Yeah, so there are 2 more things we're going to do before the series ends. So I guess let's not strike out everything. But of the things we actually did, of the things I wanted to do, we did 58 of them. We did 58 out of 64 ideas, basically. That's not bad. And again, we still have 2 more to go. The other ones, we're not going to do those. Speaking of, I used to have basically I used to have my own podcast called In Chat, where every day I would chat about, or every like month, I would do an episode of In Chat where I would talk about like the news topics, like what in the video game or entertainment news interested me that week. And I did it for like 2-ish years, but with doing Animal Crossing every day, I saw no point in it. What's the point of doing another In Chat, right? Because we're doing Animal Crossing. But I still wanted to keep track of like news topics to talk about, right? So anytime a news topic interested me, I would write it down on a note in like a Google Doc, and then I'd mark them off as we go. And so I've been keeping track of news, right, things for the past year, because I think I started this in like the first week. And there were 3 things I never got to finish talking about. Joseph Anderson's Witcher videos, which I never finished because I never even saw the second one. Dragon Quest XI-S, which we were playing in June, but I never beat it. And I was originally going to do a rant about the word tryhard and how I think tryhard is like the stupidest bullshit ever. And I just never got around to it. I never did the tryhard rant. That never happened. So yeah, that never happened. But of those 3 things that didn't happen, of everything else over the past year, we have talked about 669 news topics. And no, I did not plan that. That is just pure coincidence, because we haven't talked about anything in the past like week. I did not plan that. We just naturally talked about 600 different conversation pieces. And that's just everything that I wanted to talk about. That doesn't include like so many other things that we actually did during the streams. Can you imagine, right? We also caught every bug. We caught every fish. We did every diving creature. We completed our museums in those 3 aspects. We did every fossil. The only thing we didn't do is every painting. And again, the game's rigged against me. Let's see. The town flag. We have had the gym. Originally, I don't remember what our original town flag was. And I always said I was going to make a new one. And then we never did. So we have had the Gymquisition flag for, I don't know, since at least August, if not earlier. And I don't know, I guess I'm proud to stand under the banner of the Gymquisition, even though at one point James Stephanie Sterling did create a new, like, pinker logo that does look better. I don't know, I never replaced it. But we have stood under the Gymquisition. Our town tune is Celeste music, and like I said, I was always planning on replacing it, but you know what, that one kind of fit, so I just kept it. But yeah, we have done, over the past year, we've done so many things. We've talked about so many things. We have seen so many things. Truly, we are the lucky ones. So, to end off, and also we collected every piece of music. As we talked to KK Slider here, we have collected every piece of music. Took us the good chunk of a year, but we did it. But yeah, the reason I started the stream when I did was so that we could listen to one last KK Slider song. And it's got to be my favorite KK Slider song. The last KK Slider song we're going to listen to, Stale Cupcakes. We might as well make this special, you know? All right. Let's take a seat, shall we? Stale Cupcakes. One final song. Right on, man. Why don't you give your pockets a glance? I slipped a boot of the show. That was like unreal. Thanks for tuning your dial in my direction. Stale Cupcakes. And there we go. 365 days of Animal Crossing brought to an end with one final song. One final anthem as we've looked back and reminisce on days gone by. See you later. Yeah, with that, I guess I should say, it's been a wonderful year. Being able, I said it last night, I'll say it again today, and I'll say it again on the 23rd. It's been a wonderful year. I've been truly blessed to do all of this, and this is just the next step of many. Where do we go from here? I mean, we still got 3 more days of Animal Crossing, but, you know, after that, who knows? But we did it! 365 days of Animal Crossing. A success. I can't believe we actually did it. Through thick and thin. It happened. And yeah, I guess that's where I'm gonna leave y'all. thanks for the memories. Keep your eyes out for me. Maybe one day soon we'll meet again.